Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks. I hope you enjoyed that new intro kinda, so instead of me fumbling around, I can actually get things set up behind the scenes before I actually go live for a change. Now, last night when I left off, and first let me just quickly go through and say hello, Kyle, Kip, Dylan. There's no place like Homes. Hey, how you doing, Lego Homes? Kip Hoffman, Kyle Dunbar, Lego Master Swim. Hello, hello, Dylan White. And again, Lego Master Homes, or Lego Homes, I should say. There's no place like home. Thank you so much for that donation. That is awesome of you. Really quickly, the first thing that I do want to point out for everybody is anybody that donates during the streams of me building this set. Once this set's completed, I make some videos and all that good stuff. I'm going to be doing a raffle for anybody that does a donation during these live streams. And then also in the final video of after I do all the live streams, I'm going to be putting all the names in the hat for every single donation that is made, and whoever's name I pull for that raffle is going to be the person that wins this set. I will be disassembling the set and shipping it to you in a very large box in a multitude of Ziploc bags, but I do want to point that out one more time. I had shown last night, or I shouldn't say I'd shown, during the stream last night, while I was building, I already found one mistake, which was I'm short 12 4x4 plates, which was up in this corner here. See if I can get that over in the skew. So this portion right here of the corner of the build is now official Lego pieces. But after being somewhat frustrated last night during that live stream, finding that there was already a shortage, I was going to wait until I got all the pieces and I was going to build more. But you know what? I decided I'm just going to go ahead and go through the live streams, build it as I see it, see what I'm missing. So that way by the end of the stream, I'll know exactly what the problems are. I've already contacted the company. They've assured me that that was a mishap. They apologized profusely. I've already found another mistake. They gave me a few of the windows that are actually incorrect per my instructions, and they're supposed to be sending me those as well. But I want to finish building this so I can find any and every little bitty mistake during this. And thank you so much again, Kyle. I will be entering you twice now for the raffle. But like I said, to me, I've made it a personal mission now to actually physically go through, build this, find every mistake I can so I can complain to the corporation that is building this or selling this with my name on it. Because like I stated to them yesterday, last night after the stream, it really upset me to see that my name on my mock is being sold and you're not giving everybody what they deserve, because I don't want my name on something if they can't improve their quality. At least that's my feelings on it anyway. Yes, they got back to me very quickly, so I am happy about that. My favorite Lego set ever, I always say, is the Cafe Corner, because that's the one that got me back in, or got me into going to do city builds. Anyway, though, something I do want to point out just real quickly. And Paul Bot, hey buddy, how you doing? Thank you so much. So you get another donate or another entry into the raffle as well. I have to try and keep writing down the names as I go, so that way everybody sees it. And hey, how you doing, Lego Joe? First thing I want to show you is when I stopped, I was just building the Mills plates themselves. And I'm sorry, I was trying to kind of read comments and think of what I'm talking about. I just wanted to show you that you do have to put in the little pins. I didn't show that in last night's stream, and I just put the 12 pieces on there, and I'm showing you right now. I'm trying to click this all together, so that way I can pop the Mills base itself together. And then hopefully, now we can move on to the next level, which is we're going to start building the base itself. And Paulbot just donated $2 again. Thank you so much, Paulbot. And that's awesome, Lego Joe. Dylan White, how you doing? Lego Joe, hello. What day is it? This is Sunday. Sunday. Anyway, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. And I do want to point something else out while I'm doing the stream. I may miss a lot of comments. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is I do have to, because the instructions, I don't just have the build memorized in my head, obviously. And I do have to look at the instructions, just like anybody else that purchases this has to look at the instructions online. Hey, DZ Studios, how you doing, my friend? So I don't have a lot of visible screen, so it's kind of hard for me to see everything that's going on. And with that being said, I might not be as responsive as I normally am. And Paul just keeps stepping up and up and up and up on stuff. Thank you so much, Paul. So now Paul's got 3 entries in for the raffle. And Angry Dragon just threw one in for the raffle. But now that we got the base together, and yeah, I hope they go more smoothly today as well. And again, I did talk to the company, and they did assure me that everything will be solved. So hoping that we have a really quick resolution. As they said, they do not want to send out products like I've received. And the thing that kind of annoyed me most out of what actually occurred last night, for those that weren't in last night's stream, like I said, I already found that I'm short 12 of the 4x4s. And what annoyed me the most about that, and thank you so much, Kyle, and Paul Roos. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much, Paul. I'm glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But the thing that got me so much about it is, like I told them, if anybody is going to have the best set out there, they should have sent me their best version. And if your best version is already short parts, and this is why I said it actually upset me last night, is I'm the person that designed it. If anybody, you should have made sure that that the version that I was sent, because they knew I was going to be doing videos on it, should have been the perfect version. So that's part of what actually upsets me so much about the fact that there was a mistake that I already found so early in the instructions, because you know I'm going to make videos on it. You know I'm going to talk about it. Why wouldn't you make sure that it is the best version that you can possibly come up with? And thank you so much again for that donation, Kyle Dunbar, of $1. And Paul Roos, if I didn't say your name, and Paul Bot again as well. And like I said, the thing that upset me so much about it, though, is here I am, the person that designed it and is going to be making videos on it and making it public and trying to make it to where you can get more sales on it, and then you sent me a bad version. So anyway, I am, and thank you again, Paul. I may end up having to go back after the stream and start writing the names down, or I'm never going to be able to build. Anyway, though, let me find where I left off. I was on step 10, which is another thing that really irritated me. How do you mess up within the first 10 steps? And now let me start building the actual set. Paul Roos, by the way, is also in... Wow, you guys are killing me with the rain tonight. Kyle and Paul. The thing I do want to point out is, because Paul Roos, you guys just saw that he did a donation as well. And Paul is an amazing, amazing, amazing person when it comes to doing instructions. Paul does all of my instructions for me. So I do want to make sure that I say that. And hey, Ben Woolwine, I have not seen you in a while. So if you ever have any questions about something that's in my instructions, and being that Paul is in the audience right now, because I just saw his name anyway, feel free to ask Paul any questions, because he does an amazing job when it comes to doing instructions. That's why I personally, anything that I build, that I sell, as far as instructions go anyway, I always refer immediately to Paul Roos, because I tell you what, I've never seen a better instruction booklet made except by Paul Roos. To me, he is by far the absolute best instruction maker for Lego sets. And Kyle Dunbar, thank you so much. Hey, how you doing, Sir Bricks? Paul says I make money every day. You're making it rain right now. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Grumpy J says Paul versus Kyle. So far, they're both got a ton of them. And I get what they're doing. They're just trying to make sure they get their name in for the raffle as much times as possible. So I don't fault people that at all. And thank you so much again, Paul. But anyway, let's start. And yes, Paul Roos is an amazing instruction maker. Let me start by getting some of these gray pieces so I can start blocking some of this in. We got one big bag of gray here. And then this is my little highlight pieces. You never know, Kyle. You could win. When you're doing that many donations to make sure that your name's in there, I totally get it. And again, every single donation is counted as one entry for the raffle. And thank you so much again, Kyle. I am trying to just keep scribbling you guys down. DZ Studio says, interesting. So now let's start. We're on step 11 now. So now we got to start putting all these little guys down here. And I got to clear my screen so I can make sure you guys can even see what I'm doing. Hold on one second. Thanks again, PaulBot. Trying to keep that over there. There we go. Because I got to alternate with light grays and dark grays. And when I originally built this particular build, and thank you so much again, Paul and Kyle. When I originally built this, I was using a variety of different pieces. And part of the reason that I did that was, one, by using, because I was using old dark gray and the new dark light gray and things of that nature. And part of the reason that I was doing that, thank you, Paul, is because I wanted to add a different, it's another way of adding texture, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, is by alternating the different colors by using both old and new. It's a great way to add another unique look to a building. And you can do that with your greebling, with your buildings, with your bricks, with your plates. And thank you so much, Kyle, in all different kinds of ways. Angry Dragon says, only did one and I'm hoping I get an entry for my birthday. I can put an extra one in for you for your birthday, Angry Dragon. And thank you again, Paul and Kyle. Grumpy says, who's got 31 and who's got 29? Hey, how you doing, David Elder? I'm going to start another column right here. And there we go. Kyle says, if PaulBot wins, good job. And again, I'm not going to be as responsive as I normally would, because I do try, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss any possible mistakes. And thank you again, Kyle. You guys, I think I'm going to have a hat full of Kyle and Paul, is what I'm seeing anyway. Grumpy says Kyle's behind by one. Is that after the one that he just donated, though? And again, to everybody. Oh, that should be a really good movie. I want to see that movie as well. Shang-Chi. It's a really cool movie. And I got you down again, Kyle. Grumpy says now Kyle's in the lead. Apple, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, there is a ton of super chats today, isn't there? Now, judging by, because again, I did design this, judging by the pieces that they're having me install, the instructions started at the back side. Because this would have been the back support wall. Now, I still want to say that the clutching power of their parts is, to me, unbelievable. And I see Kyle just did another one. Thank you, Kyle. And Paul just did one also. Glad to hear you're feeling better, David. Oh, Pedro says he already watched the movie. Like I said, that is a movie I want to see. It looks like a really good movie. A tie is like kissing your sister. Oh, and Paul Bot did one too? Let me make sure I write that one down. I need yellow bricks now for filler. We're getting all the parts out here. I'm trying not to rip the bags open. And the reason that I'm saying that is because they gave me so many parts, there would just be pieces everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So actually, this is probably building it this way is a good thing for a lot of people if you just want to try and see if you can figure out how to build it too. You can rewatch all these streams and learn how to build it that way. 1, 2. Oh, you're never late. You are always arrive precisely when you wanted. Never have to apologize for being late to a stream for me. And thank you so much. Let's brick it. There's never a timetable, like I tell everybody, though. Everybody arrives right when they want. And just bear with me. Just want to make sure that's good and snug. Now we're going to start with another row. And I hope you guys, let me get my camera, or my microphone, I should say, out of the way. If you can't hear me, please feel free to speak up, and I will move it back, but I want to make sure that what I'm doing is actually visible. Thank you so much, Paul Bot. Paul Bot just donated $5. He says, keep it up. Paul's my cheering squad. 2, 3. Even though he likes to harass me constantly as well. But Paul would not be Paul if he wasn't harassing me. The Hammer Lego homes, I actually got it from, if I remember correctly anyway, most people, at least most people that I work with, refer to it as Harbor Fake, but Harbor Freight is where I got this hammer. And what it actually has is this is a rubber end on this end, and this end is more of a harder rubber. But just to show you, you can actually unscrew the ends as well. And that's what I use to tap on my Lego because it's a nice little small hammer. Just trying to give you a good quick look at it. But I like using, and again, this is a Harbor Freight special, so there's no specific brand or nothing. But I like using it because it gives you a little bit extra oomph when you're trying to pop the pieces together. Lego Attack says, did you find the missing? No, I did not find them. I decided I was just going to go ahead and push through, though, because it's very likely, after already finding missing parts that early in the instructions, that there could be more. And like I had several people suggest to me, and after putting some thought into it myself, I would rather find every single mistake that I know is going to occur and try and make sure that I can work with LighTake to make sure they fix all the possible problems and get it remedied. So I'm just going to keep moving forward and building everything as quick as possible. That way everything will be rectified before anybody else makes an order, because it actually, believe it or not, it really upsets me to know that people are receiving this and they're not getting all the pieces that they're supposed to have. It beyond upsets me, because in my opinion, my name's on it, even though I have no control over what the factory's doing. I don't want my name on something with poor quality, and that's why I've decided to just push through and keep building so that way I can hopefully fix all these problems for anybody else in the future that intends on buying it. And I did not see the donation of 5 from, I saw Paul's. I quit writing down the number amount because otherwise I'd never build. So I don't know how much the total is. Paul Bot was the last one to donate though with a $5 donation. And where did my... Trying to keep an eye. There. I have to keep trying to watch for my instructions. Hey, Kenneth Swan. I can't help you on that one, Grumpy Papa, or Grumpy J. And hello, Kenneth Swan, Judith P. Hey, how you doing? That Detective's Office, though, I will agree, is a very nice set. I do have that set. At least I like it a lot. Okay, it looks like the war for raffle tickets is over. And again, I just want to bring that up one more time. For anybody that's watching the stream, it does not matter what amount of money you donate. Every single donation counts as an entry for the raffle for this. After I'm done doing all the videos and after I'm done doing all the streams. And I'm going to have a final raffle at the very end, after I get permission as far as my video making and all that good stuff. Which is another reason why I'm in a hurry to build this. Hey, Scott's Blocks, how you doing, my man? And yes, that the hammer does help a lot to make sure everything's locked down nice and tight. That's why I always like to, especially anytime I'm doing something large, because your fingers start getting tired after a while. And obviously when your fingers start getting tired, you're not pushing as hard as you could be. So I always like to give it a good little rap with the hammer just to make sure everything's locked down and in place like it should be. So for any time because I don't always use the hammer, but anytime I'm doing a large build, I do. That's why I always like to make sure I have it nice and handy to tap things together. And thank you so much, Kyle. Because it does help keep your builds and buildings together. And it never hurts to give it a little rap with a hammer anyway. Because I do this isn't something that I'm just doing this isn't something that I'm just doing because it's an off-brand set. For those of you that are new to the stream, I do use the hammer because I want to make sure everything locks together well. And that is a surefire way to do it, is to use that little hammer there. Because then you know you got a good, tight connection. How are you, Alan White? I don't know. That guy that did the instructions is kind of questionable, Paul. The instructions are great, man. I don't know if you heard me talking about you, but there is no one better at making instructions than you. I do always rave to everybody about the quality of your instructions and how easy they are to follow. And I need... some more yellow. I'm going to have to get another bag to get more of the yellow. So this bag is spent. next page. Looking for the tear line. I'm wondering, because this original build, keep in mind, I had to tear it apart several times over the process when I originally built this. But this building originally took me, I believe it was 2.5 months to make. So that's another thing that I'm actually quite curious about, is how quickly I can do it from instructions. Because when I actually built the building the first time, it was a lot of trial and error. And you are more than welcome, Paul. You definitely deserve it, because again, I've never seen anybody make the quality and spend the time to make the quality, the instructions that you do. And remember, when you're ready, to let me know. No, not to me. It's not bad at all, as long as I don't find any more mistakes and they fix the mistake I have found already. But when you look at the cost, and it's funny because I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos and such that, oh, that's too much money, and oh, and it's like, you know, no one said you had to buy it. You ain't got to complain about it, but try and build it out of Lego pieces and let me know what you think of the cost. But you know how people are. People just like to, people always have to find something to piss and moan about, I guess, is the point I'm trying to get at. So it is what it is, but like I tell everybody, nobody's telling anybody that they absolutely have to buy this. I've just tried to make an affordable option, is what my goal was when I offered this. Because I had so many people telling me that to build this out of actual Lego was so expensive that they wouldn't even try it, and I get that. I do. Not everybody builds in the size that I build, and I totally understand that. But if you want to still be able to build it, and you want a cheap option, to me, this was probably the best option you could do. But I'm probably a little biased because, well, it is my design. Kyle says 13 entries for him and Paul Bot. And yeah, I have a very long list of all your guys' entries. No, this is not a Lego hammer. Lego does not sell hammers, but again, just to show you really quickly, this is a hammer that I got from Harbor Freight, and this is just something I like to use to make sure I have a really good clutching with all my pieces. I got that step. Now we got to put, it says the train track, so let me get some train track. One thing I will say is everything is, in my opinion, packaged very well, so I have no complaints in that department. Say hello to my little friend, and I'm going to write that down in 1 second, Kyle, and thank you so much. Just easier to tap the whole thing in. I got it down for you, Kyle. Kyle says, okay, I'm done. That's all I can do. Okay, Paul, he's saying that he's done. You can start kicking butt now. Okay, now we got to start doing a little bit of tile work. Where did I put the tiles? I do believe this is them. don't see. I need some 1x4s also. I think this is them. The sound of the music of Lego. And yes, it is a good sound to hear it rustling around. Oh, trust me, Kyle, you ain't got to explain nothing. Let's see, four. Need 4 of these. 3, 4. Now, a part I don't see because I put, let me put this piece in here first. I also used, it's the 1x2 tile with the stud on each end. I'm not seeing any bags of that, so they might not have that piece. Hey, Brick Sergeant, how you doing? Sajak J, hey, how you doing? And I am just trying to verify that I don't see that part anywhere else. Oh, they do have them. They're in this bag. Okay. I just got to dig for them. Whoops. And there they go. There's one of them. There, I think I found them all. And it's one there, one there, and then one here, and one here. I'm gonna start, let me get a plastic container because I need to be able to pour some of this stuff out now. It'd be easier to rifle through in a box. And thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. Again, just a point for everybody to know, all donations that I receive during this, every single donation counts as a raffle ticket. And I'm gonna be doing a raffle after I'm done making this and doing all the videos that I have to do for the product itself. So again, if you're like, want to be like Paul or Kyle or anybody else and be entered into the raffle, any donation amount enters you into the raffle to win this set that I'm actually working on as a gift. Where? There we go. 'Cause this is like a ton of little pieces. Before I dump them everywhere. Another piece just dropped. There we go. That'll make shoveling through them a little easier. Minecraft, that's a good game. My kids all used to play that as well. And thank you, Paul. He just, for anybody that's looking for this hammer, he's showing you the link that's on Amazon, so you can buy this hammer that way as well. Again, though, I do want to point out, I personally, if you have a Harbor Freight anywhere near you, you can get it that way also. And I don't even remember what I paid for it, to be honest with you. I don't remember it being that much, though. But again, for what I'm using it for, it's a great hammer. Yes, Scott's Blocks. If you wanted to do 5 entries, do 5 $1 entries. I know it's probably making my life a little harder, but but that's exactly how I'm looking at it. And Kenneth Swan, thank you so much. He said for no more pieces missing. I'm with you, because that'll really upset me if that happens again. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, but that still would upset me. Now I need... Winnie the Pooh set. That reminds me, I need to get my button gear and order that. When that first came out, I intended on ordering it, but it went out of stock before I got to. And that's a set that my wife dearly wants. And it's like I always tell everybody, happy wife, happy life. So I need to get on the ball and order that particular set. I actually forgot about that set. But that is on my list of I have to get it sets. Hey, how you doing? CPCN Railroad fan? There. That one goes here. That one goes there. Now I gotta put the last piece of track in. Scott's Blocks, thank you so much. For the $1 donation, my friend, and you are now entered into the raffle. I actually need to post that or put that in the description of the video. I wasn't thinking. Give me 1 second while I get loud again. Thank you so much again, Scott's Blocks. Yes, Christopher Moraz. What it is every donation I get during the stream, it doesn't matter what the dollar amount is. I am considering every donation to be an entry into a raffle to win this set once it's completed, and I make all the final videos for it, because I do have to make some videos for it to advertise it and such, and before I can raffle it off, I have to get all those videos made. But once all that's done, every donation that was done during the streams of building this will go towards this being raffled off, and I will pick one lucky winner and send this set to them. Of course, it will be fully disassembled and in Ziploc baggies when you receive it, though. And thank you again so much, Scott's Blocks and Brick Sergeant. And get that over there. Bear with me because I got to keep writing stuff down. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. Rob, thank you. And thank you again, Scott's Blocks. When I'm tapping on the table, because my microphone stand is attached to the table, you're getting a reverb of the microphone stand vibrating. So I apologize, guys. I do. I really apologize for that. So if my tapping on it is annoying, I do apologize. But that's, to me, the quickest and easiest way to get the pieces down. And thank you so much, Steve. I got your $5 down. One there. Again, thank you so much, Scott. And that one needs one of these. And if I didn't say it again, Steve, thank you so much. And Christopher Monraz, thank you. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Oh, I was supposed to, okay, I forgot about that. Got to put one last row of track on the back side of the building also. Now, something I want to point out, since I'm building this and we're looking at it and talking about it and all that stuff, one of the things I want to point out is the reason, there is a very important reason that this is separated into these sections of 8 like it is. And it's because if you ever used a splitter, a Y I should say, for the train track, you'll know that you need at least 8 between. So if I wanted to come out of this and make it come down to one track, I could use the Y piece and it'll actually click up to this. So that is the reasoning for each platform having a distance of 8 studs in between them, is to make sure that you could use Ys if you wanted to come down to smaller amounts of track. And before I start pounding on the hammer, I'm going to mute myself for 1 second. There, now hopefully you guys don't get that horrible feedback when I'm doing that. And to answer your question, Kevin, no, I did not unfortunately find it. But because I want to make sure, if there is any other mistakes, I want to make sure that I find them ahead of time before anybody else buys this. And that's why I've decided just to go ahead and push through. And thank you so much for, or welcome, it says welcome to Silver, but I thought you were already a Silver member, Kenneth. But thank you so much for joining the membership. And if the link in Discord does not work, I will be posting one after the stream as well. But thank you again so much. I wouldn't say the colors are way off. There is, I mean, this is official Lego, or I'm sorry, this is their Lego. And I did this last night also, just to show you guys. Hi, Rolf Bernard, and welcome to, or hello to Norway. This is official Lego. This is their Lego. Just to show you, they are very slightly off, but I wouldn't say it's way off. This is their red. This is official red. The red is more noticeable than the yellow, and my lighting is not that great. Hold on. Anyway, this is official Lego, that is theirs. The bottom piece is theirs, this is official Lego. So yes, there is a slight difference, but I wouldn't say it's horrible. Thank you so much, Martin Barub, and I'm entering you into the raffle as well now. Got your name down, and thank you so much. He says love your videos and love your back alley work, and thank you. I actually need to get back to doing a little bit more of that, honestly. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I have never bought any of the Bricklink sets, Angry Dragon. Not that they're not good, I've just never gotten any of them. And I need to get the plates that go here. go. Thank you so much, Steve. Putting your name down again. And if I was going to buy a set, Angry Dragon, that would be definitely one I would want. I do love that bowling alley. I think it's a really good design. Well, like I said, I personally have not bought any of those yet. And I'm going to mute myself again for 1 second, guys. Yeah, that bowling alley, I agree. That bowling alley is absolutely amazing. So that is definitely a set that I wouldn't mind having. I personally have not bought any of those yet. But I totally agree with you. That is an amazing, amazing set. And it does go very well with the diner. And then that one's going to go there. 2, 3. This needs out of my way. Oh, there you go. Yes, it would look good in a city display for your lug group, Angry Dragon. I don't remember the fishing bowl, and I am going to mute myself one more time. Yeah, I don't remember the fishing bowl set. Oh, fishing boat. There you go. Okay. Fishing boat I like, but I like the bowling alley more. Personal opinion, anyway. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those sets. They're both great looking sets, but I would take the bowling alley over the fishing store. Yes, the bowling alley over the fishing boat, I should say. Angry Dragon says he'd like to have it in his city, but it might be too big. You got to get a bigger place to build your city, buddy. Like I tell everybody needs a Lego barn. You gotta invest in a Lego barn now. And again, I just want to point out to anybody that jumps into the stream that any and all donations, every single donation, so if you wanted to do $101 donations, each donation counts as a raffle entry to win this after I am done making all the videos and after I'm doing all the live streams with it. So if you are just now signing in, I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. I'm going to put a few more pieces in here and then mute again before I beat it down. Christopher Munraz says there's a awesome skyscraper that would look amazing Bevinized. I'll have to check that out now. You got my curiosity pumped. Did I miss... Kevin, I am so sorry. I just realized I must have missed I didn't write your name down. Thank you so much, Kevin Waslin. I just happened to look at my other screen and I can see your donation there. And he said fist bump. And again, thank you so much, buddy. I'm sorry I didn't thank you before for that. Anyway, I'm going to mute myself again one more time, guys. Hey, Macro. What it is, because you just signed in. Anybody that does a donation during the live streams of me building this, I'm going to be raffling it off, and whatever name that I draw at the end of assembly, and after I make all the final videos that I have to make to actually kind of publicize the set, so to speak, I will be raffling off and giving this set to the name that I draw, and every single donation, no matter how big or how small, goes as a raffle entry. So if you did 100 $1 donations, it would be 100 entries. But one lucky person, after everything's said and done, is going to end up with this. And so far, because I've only had one mistake so far I haven't. Am I doing something wrong? I'm looking at the wrong step. Yeah, I did. Oops. 1, 2. So far, I haven't seen any other mistakes, which is a good thing. Yeah, but I want to make sure I get everybody's name entered, so when I put them in the hat, Kevin, that's why I was like, oh crap. And did I write? I didn't write Macro down. And if everybody's wondering why I keep muting, because what it is, somebody was talking about, or complaining I should say, about the sound that me beating the hammer is, and I wasn't thinking. My mic stand is attached to the table, so as I beat the table, you get a little bit of a reverb, so I keep trying to mute myself before I do any pounding with the hammer to hopefully prevent that reverb sound from occurring. Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to mention it. I do know there is one error. I will say that ahead of time. They sent the wrong windows. So I've already seen that in the, because I kind of went through it this morning to see if I could see any other mistakes. So I already know that's a mistake that's got to be rectified, and they've already been notified of that mistake. And I resubmitted my instructions again to them, so that way they were aware of it. And I pointed out the part number. But just to clarify what that mistake was, is because the 1x4x5 they said they can't manufacture, and I supplemented the front entry windows, but were the 1x4x5 with 1x2x2s, and that was the mistake that they made, because they sent these into the place of those, and these will not work without altering the building all together. So that is another mistake I've already found, and they assured me that it will be corrected before anybody else receives any of their orders. Oh, you gotta love fresh apples. See, I have wild apples out in my yard, but they're kind of tart, so I don't really eat them. My kids will go out and eat them sometimes. They're kind of like having a green apple, which they are kind of a greenish apple color anyway. But my apples are all wild apples. I always looked at it as, because I have a lot of deer on my property, I looked at it as the apple tree is feeding the deer, because I always catch them out there eating on them. I'm going to go ahead and do this too before I pound anymore. That way I can pound it all at one time. Kyle, I have a whole bunch of entries from you. Oh, you did throw in another one there. You're right, I'm sorry. You were right after Martin. There, I got you down now, Kyle. I didn't know the birds would eat apples. Mind you, I have a bunch of little bird feeders throughout my yard anyway that I put various, it's bird food, but it's seed and nuts. I'm trying to think what else is in it. I think some raisins are in it. The birds really seem to like it because they go nuts for it. And so do my little chipmunks that run throughout my yard. Hey, Night Wolf, how are you, my friend? We are on step 48 right now, by the way. It's kind of crazy to think that I'm only on step 48 with how much you can actually see built in front of you. 49. Brick Sergeant just jumped back in the game again as well. I really don't have a lot of crows or by me. Or magpies for that matter. At least I haven't seen them, let me put it that way. What I see a lot in my yard is I have a lot of blue jays, robins, cardinals. It's a yellow and black bird. I'm trying to remember what's called. And then there's also a black and orange bird. Woodpeckers. I have a bunch of turkeys. I have a whole family of turkeys. I think it's like 15 of them that I'll see run through the yard every now and then. I always think, man, right there's a Thanksgiving feast. Hey, Tommy boy, how you doing? Thank you so much for signing in. I am building my official Lego mock, which I shouldn't say Lego, my official building block mock through the company LighTake. This is the set that they built off of, or sell off of my instructions. And I thought I would build it in some live streams. That. But if this is something that you would like to own, like I told everybody, and that was supposed to be in the back. If this is something you would like to own, any and all donations that are during these streams count towards a raffle ticket, because I'm going to raffle this off when it's all done. Angry Dragon says, good thing you can't donate a penny. Yes, absolutely. Kevin says, Brick Sergeant's drooling over the mention of apples. Oh, Scott's Block says he's got a family of turkeys wandering around his yard also. I love watching them. They're funny. What really cracks me up with them is how the big birds, mom and dad, will kind of get behind them and start squawking at them to move if they're not going quick enough or whatever. They're very entertaining to watch, to say the least. I gotta do one. Oh, I gotta. Where did I put? There's a plate I'm looking for. Oh, who doesn't like apples? Where? Now this sucks because I know I saw this piece earlier. There it is. To say I know it's here because I saw it. Oh, before I start pounding on everything, I'm going to mute myself again one more quick time, guys. There. Hopefully, I'm muting it so that way nobody can hear, because like I said, I was getting complaints of some feedback. So hopefully nobody's getting any feedback now that I'm doing it that way. That goes there, there. And I need one of these and one of these. Nightwolf says he remembers visiting the Detroit airport when he was 7 years old and remembering there was a red material that would go in the airport. I'm not sure what you mean with that one, my friend. And Snake City Productions just donated $4.99 and says, I love your videos. Hope this helps you make them. And thank you so much, Snake City Productions. And I just want to point out that you are now entered into the raffle to win this set when I am done using it for all the videos I got to make. So thank you so much for that awesome donation. And every little bit helps, my friend. So again, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. And now I need 1x8s. And hello to France, Lori. Nobody ever complains. Absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, you know, I try to be appeasing, though. And I'm looking for my 1x4s. Here they are. Or 1x8s, excuse me. How are things down there, by the way, Scott? Because the news that we were seeing up here is that Ida actually kind of tore you guys up pretty badly. Hurricane Ida, I thought, tore up New Orleans pretty badly. Or was that not in an area that affected you? David West, good afternoon to you, my friend. I have not seen you in a while. I know work has been keeping us all busy here lately, though. Got those. I gotta use a 4x6, or no. This one goes here. And now I need two 4x6s. It's these. And two more for here. Now I need a 1x. Let's see, I need Ned. How are you? And again, just to everybody, because I keep trying to make sure I say this for anybody that's not aware, any and all donation, I don't care how big, how small, every donation counts as an entry to the raffle to win this set after I'm done making all the videos I got to make on it. And there, I need a 2x, those are right here. I got a 1x8 brick. Yeah, that I'm sure anybody that it didn't get hit by is very glad that it's not around. Hey, Lori. Scott was saying he got his power back on yesterday after a week of no power. My house held up very well. I'm blessed in many ways. Okay, so you didn't have any flooding or damage that way. You just had a power outage. Power outage you can deal with. Damage to the house, that's a whole nother animal. You definitely don't want damage to the house. Well, I'm glad to see you here, and I'm glad to see you're doing okay there, Paul, or Dave West. And Paul was just saying he's glad to hear that everything's okay with you, Scott. I know I've seen several videos online of different people. Now, it's funny because most of the videos that I've seen were actually for the New York area. And the amount of damage that I was seeing that they're blaming on Ida for the people in the New York area, it's just, holy crap. I mean, they're showing water literally running down into the subway and everything itself. It is absolutely crazy. I'm wondering if people have gotten stuck and whatnot, because I thought it was actually Virginia or Maryland. They were talking about the death tolls were up in like the 40s or something for that, which is to me extremely scary over all the rain and flooding that occurred there. Scott said some of his neighbors were not so lucky, and yeah, that's unfortunate to hear. Because I know, like I said, from the news that we keep seeing up here anyway, there was a ton, and I mean a ton, of flood damage to a lot of people's houses. Cars, I mean, you name it. People have been hit hard. As long as the Legos safe, things are okay. Yeah, I'm with you, Angry Dragon. Definitely with you. Oops. And 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And again, I do want to just point out one more time that all the instructions that you guys watch me build here are all done by Paul Roos. Paul does some amazing Lego instructions, and I just cannot rave about him enough. That's why I like to constantly mention that he is the main person. I might have designed the set, but he's the one that made the instructions possible. So without Paul, this would have never even become a set. So again, just want to rave about him and announce to everybody that any of the instructions that you buy from me, if you buy the instructions from me, you're not only supporting me and my channel, you are also helping to support Paul and his awesome abilities and instruction building capabilities as well. Scott said his city's on homemade tables. Mine are homemade also. I know a lot of people buy those IKEA. I believe it's IKEA that a lot of people buy. And thank you, Kyle. The IKEA tables. I don't like those though, and the reason that I say that, Nightwolf says, sandwich. Lori, if you were asking me, I'm an electrician by trade. Nightwolf says, sandwich. Lego Joe says, so you're going to have 2 of these in your city? No, after this is done. And that's why I keep trying to bring it up. After I'm done with this, and I do have to keep it for a little bit to make some videos and some other things after it's fully assembled. But I am going to be raffling this off. So everybody that does a donation during these live streams is going to be entered in the raffle for this. There will be one final raffle as well. But the name that I draw will be winning this set. And what I will be doing is I will be disassembling it, putting it into Ziploc baggies, and then shipping it to whoever the lucky winner is. And that's why you keep seeing a lot of the $1 donations, because every single donation counts as an entry for the raffle. Yes, it did spawn a whole bunch of systems. You're absolutely correct on that, Kevin. And where am I at on... There we are. That down there. And I need 2 more. Hey, how you doing, Gary One Eye? Thank you for joining the stream. I don't think I've seen this many people in one of my live streams in a very long time. So thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate the support and everybody joining in like this. It's kind of uncommon to see. Normally my average is about 100. And thank you so much, Ned B. I got you down as well. And what was I just... Oh, I need a 1x8. I hope things are improving for you, Ned. And we can talk more soon about that. Nightwolf was saying, so I finally decided what Lego set I'm planning on getting for my birthday. It's a Speed Champion set called Koenigsegg Jetco. I'm not sure what set that is, my friend. And now I just had them. It was a bag of, there. I need all these guys. Because now we got to start doing the top of the platform. And Kyle, I got you again. Yes, I am excited about that as well. I have to say they picked the right store to open back up in, because the way that I understood it, for the Toys R Us stores that are going to be coming here to the States, they're going to be opening up inside of Macy's. The reason I say they picked the right place is, even though I've always liked Toys R Us, their prices were always marked up more than any other toy store. And I know Macy's has a lot of expensive prices. And that's why I say they picked the right place, because Macy's is an expensive store. Rob says, okay, it's pronounced Yesco. Okay. They're already in New York, Scott's Blocks? I was not aware of that. Yeah, Kevin, being in Canada, they still have Toys R Us there, do they not? It's kind of like, because here in the States, you don't even see Kmart anymore. And I know, like in California and places like that, they have them everywhere. Or not California, Australia. They have them everywhere. Oop, wait a minute before I get... So I do need 6 of these. I thought I was off on the numbers I was counting for a minute. Oh, you're good, Nightwolf. Hey, my English isn't so great anyway, so don't ever apologize for misspeaking. Okay, that's what I thought, Kevin. 5. And Dave West, he says, getting his name in the hat. Thank you, Dave. I got you down, my friend, and thank you so much for that $5 donation. I need a 1x6. These are all 1x8s. Where were the 1x6s? There. Then I need 2 1x3s. I'm trying to not just dump the parts everywhere, which is making it a little bit more of a pain, but I think it's a little easier doing it that way. Did I miss Rob? Oh, I did miss Rob. Thank you, Rob UK. I got you down now as well, and thank you so much for pointing that out. I got you down in for the donation, and thank you so much for that awesome dollar donation, Rob. It's funny because a lot of times when I'm talking to you guys in Discord, I actually do the voice chat. That way I can multitask, do work on stuff while I'm talking to you. And a lot of times I'll reread whatever whatever it posts that it says that I said, and I'm just, a lot of times I just shake my head because it's like, how the heck did it come up with what I said compared to that? And again, I'll be the first to admit that my speaking is not the best in the world, but I know it ain't as bad as Google voice chat makes it out to be. And it is nice. Like I said, I'm actually kind of shocked at the number of people that I've got in the stream. I haven't had numbers this high in a while. So it's nice to see so many faces and names I haven't seen in a while, but it's also nice to see the number of people that I haven't seen in a while. Oh, I know, I agree with you. It can be quite hilarious, but it's just like, wow, how did you get that? It's, the manufacturer's name is different, but it's still through the same company. I think if I remember correctly, there's 3 different branches. And each different branch is for different parts of the region. If I remember correctly anyway. In LighTake, I think, did I? Oh crap. I just put all those on the wrong one. I believe, where did I put it? I believe, I can't believe I did that. The different, okay, it's still the same with that. Bear with me, I'm trying to catch up on a mistake I made. I think the name is different for different regions. That way they can kind of keep their order system separate or something like that, was kind of how they explained it to me. But yes, it is differently priced in the UK. I believe it's on Amazon here in the States too, if I'm not mistaken. And I forget what the company name is. LighTake is the parent company, I think is how it works. I'll have to ask them about that again, as I'm not 100% certain. But the thing is you will notice that my name's still on it as being the designer. And that was the thing that impressed me with this particular company, because as people have seen it in the past, Lepin was a prime example of it. And thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. What I was going to say with that, though, is most of the foreign companies like that, did I miss anybody else? Most of the foreign companies like that, most of the time they will just happily steal your idea and not give you any credit or anything at all. And the cool thing with this company is I'm actually getting a 10% commission off every sale that they make. So not only are they basically helping to support, is how I look at it, they're helping to support the Lego community. They're actually helping the actual creators, the designers, to get a little bit of recognition for their designs as well. And they're doing something that, like, for example, Lego themselves will not do. Because, as a lot of you know, this is something that I actually built several years ago. And when I built it, I actually tried to submit it to Lego Ideas. And I was quickly rejected from being able to submit it because it's too large. So they would not allow this to be a submission for Lego Ideas. And it was kind of shortly after that where I kind of got my bad taste in the mouth for even wanting to deal with Lego Ideas, to be quite honest. And it's because I started finding out a lot of different things about Lego Ideas. And no, I have not seen the mini castle. I'll have to check that out. But, and did I? There we go. I've lost track of what I was going to say. How horrible is that? Oh, because one of the reasons that I didn't like Lego Ideas is that I had actually found out during the process of trying to submit this and some other ideas that I had submitted. Once you, and thank you, David Collin, I got you down as an entry for the raffle now as well. One of the things that I didn't like about Lego Ideas is even if they don't pick your idea, they still own the rights to it. And to me, I think that's wrong. If they don't use your submission, the day that you submit it, once you submit it, you've given them all rights to your idea. And you don't have any rights to do anything else with your instructions. And hey, Elena Smith, you have no right to do anything with your instructions or anything after that for 2 years, even if they don't use it, which I always thought was ridiculous. And they can even still make official sets out of it because once you submit it, it's theirs. And that was something that I always kind of left a bad taste in my mouth anyway, with Lego Ideas, I mean. Because it's your idea, you submitted it. If they're not going to use it, they should give you your rights to use it, and they don't do that. And that is why I personally don't deal with Lego Ideas anymore, because I feel they, again, this is my opinion, I feel they kind of screw the designers, because once I submit an idea, even if you don't use it, you're going to take it and do whatever you want with it, and I can't do nothing with it. That's just not right, and that's why I won't deal personally with Lego Ideas anymore. This company, though, yes. This company, this is the thing I have to say about LighTake, and it's not, I have to find out the rest of the names of all the companies. Like I said, I think LighTake is like the parent. It might even be a different name, but LighTake might be one of the branches. But the cool thing that's about LighTake is they are only selling sets that are manufactured by people like me in the Lego community that have designed the sets and want to sell them. What they actually do is they go through Bricklink and they find really popular sets, and then they approach the people to see if they're willing to sell their set through them, and they'll give you a commission for every sale they do. And I think it's a really great thing for a company to do, because I know this is off-brand parts, and I know I've already had some really hate comments about it and whatnot, and it is what it is. I don't care. People can get mad about it or whatever, but to me, it's a really good way to get acknowledgement from somebody showing that you actually did an idea that is very worthwhile their design. They do, to answer your question, Dave, they do manufacture all their own pieces. They're manufactured in-house. And I do want to point out, they don't just sell sets, they will sell the individual pieces as well. Just to give you an example, I know I think you got to buy them in a minimum quantity of 100. But if you wanted to use off-brand pieces, so this would be an off-brand 2x4 brick. And if I remember correctly, they said that I can buy these. I have to buy them in packages of 100, but you can buy these for like 2 cents a piece. So not only do they take people's mocks, make them into ideas, and sell them, but they also sell components as well. And to me, the quality of them, don't get me wrong, I'll be the first to admit that Lego quality is always number one. And that was always the nice thing with Lego, is they have the best quality, and they have some of the best quality control that I've ever seen out of any company. And they also have a good relations with the people usually that are selling or buying their products. But that was one of the things that I liked about these, is the clutching power seems to be really good, because I've seen some brands where the clutching power was really bad. And I've also seen some of the off brands where it was just very poor quality pieces, not sturdy, because I'm squeezing on these and I'm not afraid that it's going to break or anything. But like with all the off-brand companies, I don't care what there are, there's always going to be a slight difference in color. There's always a slight fluctuation in the shapes, because like somebody had brought up last night, Lego, it's like a millimeter of an amount. You'd never notice it just to look at it, but Lego actually rounds off their corners and stuff. And one thing you will notice when you're using these bricks and you're putting it together, even though it clutches well and it goes together well and it holds together well, you will notice they're a slight bit sharper than you're going to be normally used to. Yeah, and you're right, Kevin. They did have a problem with their brown and dark red, but the thing I always tried to point out with that, because is they were good about replacing it anyway. But it wasn't even just brown and dark red. They also had an issue with pink, and it was basically anything that had red dye in it. There was something that was happening with the red dye combination, because there was another color too. It wasn't just dark red and dark reddish brown. It was pink, and I can't remember for the life of me the other color. I know red, I think, was part of it also, but it was anything that had the red dye in it was what the problem was. And that problem, if I remember correctly, was from 2012 to 2014, and it took them a while to finally realize that they had a problem. And it was kind of sucky that it took them as long as they did. But the only nice thing I will say about Lego is they really have a no questions asked policy. If you tell them and show them that you have X amount of pieces that are broken, that are dark red or brown or whatever color it may be that you had that snapped, they're really good about sending you free replacements, no shipping, no problems, no questions asked. Brick Searcher says, I don't care if it's Lego brand or Lego. And thank you so much, Brick Searcher. I do appreciate that. Like I said, though, I do get a lot of complaints and some nasty comments about the fact that I've done this. But, you know, to me, it's a good option. It's a good way for people to be able to afford to get into the Lego hobby, because I don't care who you are. If you're in the Lego hobby, you know that this is probably one of the most expensive hobbies you can possibly get into. And even though a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about a lot of the off-brand companies, I still give this company a lot of kudos. Again, quite simply for giving people like me a chance to make a little money off something that I designed, because I think that's just absolutely amazing. And I support a company doing that, trying to help out the little guy, where Lego really doesn't do enough of that. Dave West was saying, how is the color compared to Lego? Earlier in the stream, I did a comparison, and I don't know where I put the official Lego pieces to show you. It's reasonably close. Or wait a minute. Here it is. The top pieces are Lego. The bottom pieces are off-brand. So you can see a difference in color. Again, Lego, off-brand. Bottom is off-brand. There is a difference. I'm not going to say there's not a difference, but to me, it's not super dramatic. Did I hear about blue bricks? No, I have not. And I agree with you, Kyle. Absolutely. That's why I just keep going along. What I've gotten into and what I've learned over from doing all the YouTube because I've been doing YouTube for a while now, and I'm slowly learning that, you know what, no response is a response. And that's kind of the story that I'm sticking to anymore when people get rude with me like they have, especially with this particular build here. I just thought, you know what, no response is a response, and I don't respond. Period, end of story. I just delete their comment and move on, because people, you know, I really get, I thought about actually starting to save some of them and making a video about some of the crazy comments that I get, but thought, you know what, even if I did that, that's actually encouraging them to act like idiots, so I'm not going to do that either. But some of the comments that I get are absolutely hilarious. Give me 1 second to grab, I need some 1x3s. Into 1x6. Put that guy together. Now we can go on to the next. I already did that because I got ahead of myself. Now we need to do these. GI says the color is slightly different, gives the mock some character in a city, in my opinion. And I'm totally with you. That was one of the points I was trying to make, though, is I don't care who you are. If you're just now getting into Lego, we all know that Lego is outrageously expensive, and not everybody can afford to buy Lego's products. And to me, that was another thing that I liked about this company doing this, is I know this is still an expensive set at $530, but don't forget I do have a discount code to give you 12% off of that. And I'll have to make sure that I post that in the comments of this video after the fact. Actually, hold on 1 second. I can probably post it now if anybody's actually interested in that. But if this was an official Lego set, this would be more like 1,000 plus. I would say it would probably be more than 1,000. Probably closer to well, I shouldn't say 2,000. $2,000 is what I know it actually costs to build this if you try to get all the parts off of Bricklink. It's in the $2,000 range. Part of the reason this set is that expensive, though, is because some of the parts that I actually use are discontinued, no longer manufactured pieces, which is what made this particular building expensive. But I know from my experience, from my looking through pieces to try and actually make this an actual set through, say, Bricklink, for example, I know you're going to be spending over $2,000 in pieces. Kyle says, if I win this, I'm going to cry. I hope you do win it if it's going to make you that happy. And thank you so much, Aaron. He says, this is looking good so far. Justin says, hello, and this is my first live stream in almost a year since joining the Lego railroading community. And thank you so much for joining the live stream. I appreciate you coming in. Rob UK says, gives your fans a chance to own your train station. And that's personally how I feel about it. That is exactly how I felt about it. That was why I wanted to make sure that I made this available. And good night, Brick Searcher. Because to me, there are people that would love to own it. And then I still get people that say, oh, that's too expensive, I'm still not buying it. And it's like, well, okay. I didn't really need to know that, but it's like, whatever. If it feels good if it makes you feel good to say it. I had to find my other bag of 2x3s. But I don't know. Like I said, I've learned to try and just ignore a lot of the silliness. And I might take a brief intermission here. My goal is I would like to have this built over the next week or two at most, is what I'm aiming for. And jumping subjects for a minute, part of the reason I bring that up is because I want to make sure if there are any issues at all with this particular build, I want to find them now before anybody else purchases it. So that way I can contact LighTake and make sure that they rectify any issues that they have with the parts that they've sent. So that's another thing that I've kind of pushing along, or why I'm pushing along, trying to get this done so quickly. Yes, this does have, this is, and I don't know if Paul is still in here or not, but this is actually made from my official instructions. They were supposed to use my part count. I have found one part that they shorted me on, and I've already contacted them on that. The good thing is, I will say, they are pretty good about getting back with you quickly. The downside is their shipping times are slow, and that's why I just went ahead and said, screw it. I used some of my official Lego replacement parts and went and substituted the couple pieces that I found that were missing and started to move ahead, because I want to make sure I'm the one that finds any problems before anybody else buys it, because that is extremely important to me. To me, that's like a form of quality control. Guy Myers says he used some of the other brands for rough drafts of his mocks. And like I said, to me, I don't see nothing wrong with off-brand, but some people do really have a big problem with it. And there you go, Dave. So I wasn't sure if you were still here or not. Thank you for chiming in there, Paul. Yes, I do agree with you on that, Tommy boy, and I used to be a heavy person. What I mean by that, in the aspect of buying and selling, because that's a comment that I get every now and then too that cracks me up. Do you regret buying Lego? You would be rich if you didn't buy Lego. And it's like, no, really, I wouldn't. And the only reason I have as much Lego as I have is because I used to buy it and resell it, and any money that I made went right back into Lego. That was how I was able to acquire the insanely large amount of Lego that I actually own. Because you are right, that is a really good way to look at Lego. It is an investment, but it's an investment that not everybody can afford too, though. That's why to me, I thought it was good to offer this as an option. And I am getting ahead of myself? Yes, I am. There we go. And that's one of the reasons, though, I do want to build this in front of everybody so that you can see that it is all the details of my original building, which is another thing that just makes it awesome. And I'm going to beat all this at one time when I get to there. Now I can start that side. But as you can see, it was a very sturdy build because there is a lot of pieces used in the base, and I did that on purpose because I wanted it to be something that wasn't fragile. Hindsight being 2020, maybe I should have made it a little bit more, not so hefty. But I can pick this up, my official one, and I'm sure I can do this one too. I can pick it up by the arches and actually carry it around my barn. I think that was all of those pieces. Just let me put these back. So I'm trying to keep from misplacing stuff. I have never weighed it. I'm wondering if there's a weight on the shipping box. That's a really good question, Rob UK. I will look at the shipping box here in momentarily. I'm going to take a real quick intermission, guys, because I have to use the restroom. So I am going to take a real quick intermission, and I will be right back, and I will look at the box because I can see the box across the barn to try and give you the exact weight of what was shipped to me, which will give you an idea of how much this actually weighs, because that box was nothing but these parts. But again, I'm going to take a real quick intermission so I can go take a restroom break, and I got to run up to the house to do that, so it'll be actually a few minutes. And I also want to get some more beverage, some water for my mouth because my mouth's getting dry. But give me back 1 minute and I will be right back, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I am back. Excuse me for a second because I accidentally popped myself in the side of the face. I'm bleeding. But we will get back to building here to this. Hope I didn't miss too much. He said it, elevator music. I was trying to do something because I figured I had to have something on here so that way people weren't just sitting there with dead air. And I know I probably lost about 20 people from doing that, but and I agree with you, Paul. I do want to say that this is lighter than official Lego. I don't see a weight thing on the box though, and I looked all over that box and I am shocked. I really thought there would have been a weight on that. Let me grab it one more time. Because I really cannot believe but there is no weight on this anywhere. But they did also go over some of the original stickers. So the original sticker might have had a weight. I'm not sure. Actually, to me, well, Lego's red bricks are a little lighter. Yes, I agree. Because the one that I'm matching it with is the newer pieces. Because I do have older Lego that I think would be a better match for what these pieces actually are. But I didn't want to compare it with old pieces. I wanted to compare it with newer pieces. And thank you, Rob UK. I appreciate that. And just for anybody that is not aware, while I'm trying to get this to stop, any donation, I don't care what the dollar amount is, any donation that's done during all the live streams of building this enters you into a raffle to win this. So I just want to reiterate that. So anybody that makes a donation during this live stream is entered into a raffle to possibly win this. Every single donation counts as an entry. So if you do 20 donations, you get 20 entries into the raffle. The dollar amount does not matter. Hopefully that's got it to stop. Anyway, let me get back to this. I need some, where I left off, I needed some more 1x8s. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And thank you so much, Kyle. I will write that down 1 second. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me write that down before I forget it. Oh, that's awesome, Steve. You got all the 9-volt track laid down? That's something I can't wait to get back to doing on my particular train or city layout, is I need to get some of that track laid out. But I also really want to do some expansion to my table. Because I need to, what I'm going to do is I'm looking at doing an 8-foot by 8-foot extension on the airport side first, because I think that would probably be the best place, since I already have several things that are going to go on the table there. I thought that would be the best place to go ahead and expand first, and then I'm probably going to do another 8x8-foot extension on this end of the table also. At least that's kind of the plan I have in my head at the moment anyway. I think that's got it. Oh, I had a... Thank you for mentioning that, Mike. Oh, it was Ned. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you telling me that. Nightwolf says reason why I will care for my birthday because I like Koenig. It's because that's one of my favorite Swedish, I'm assuming that's supposed to be Swedish car companies. And I get that. There's so many awesome cars out there nowadays. The problem with most cars nowadays is, man, are they expensive. Robert says, what it is I have a mole on the side of my face, and I shaved yesterday, believe it or not. And unfortunately, almost every time I shave, I knock the mole. And what it was, I thought I had an itch on the side of my face, and then I knocked the scab off. That's why I'm just trying to get it to stop, because it's not like it's anything big or anything. Awesome. I look forward to seeing the picture, Steve. Absolutely, Kyle. No, like I said, every donation is an entry. And that is how I'm doing it. So however many entry or donations people do, that's how many times their name goes in the hat. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 1x3s. Got those guys. I'm not sure with that, Rob, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to mute you guys for 1 second because I want to tap all this with my hammer now. So give me one moment. Like I said, trying to protect your guys' ears from the feedback that I know probably is occurring from me tapping on that. And now let's get back to the instructions. Now we can start working on some of the wall work. So now I need, see, these are for the front. Let me get some of this a little organized, so I don't need some of this in my way at the moment. I got to start working over here, and I'm trying to get my official Lego pieces back out of here. That's theirs. This I might still need. This I think I'm good for a little. Oh no, this is one of the things I'm going to need. I need this. I need red brick. Here's our red brick. And that should have had one official piece, I thought. Maybe not. And then I need slopes. Kyle says just tap it. Tap, 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 tap. No, like I said, somebody earlier in the stream was, and I know it does it, because I've heard it myself in replays. But when I was tapping it earlier, because my microphone stand is actually bolted to the table, so when I physically tap on that, it makes kind of a loud reverberation noise into the microphone, because the microphone stand is actually bouncing as well from the table being tapped on. That's why I always mute it, so that way you guys don't have to hear it. No logo at all. These are just only thing I can say is off-brand, and I can't see what I'm looking at. But no logo of any kind. Not even a part number on them that I see. So no logos. I spent a day and a half cleaning my entire barn, so yes, I did have a very big cleanup before I did this. Just because I know how many pieces this is and how much space it was going to take. So I wanted everything as neat and as possible in the barn before I started working on this, because I knew the amount of space it was going to encompass. So yes, there was a very, very, very huge cleanup before I started building this. And now this is where I'm going to start getting down to all the little funky parts. I need a there's one of those. And then I need a 1x1. I need a 1x1 gray with a stud. There we go. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Rob UK. He says, have you... Oh, I already read that comment. For some reason, my two screens were not in sync. Let's see, one... Ooh. So that's a 1x3, or 2x6. And then a 2x2, and then a 2x3. Where did I do the red 2x3s? Okay, I've seen those. They're there. And now I need 3 grays. Here, I thought I was done with those. 2, 3. And I need a dark, where did I put the dirt? It is dark gray. We are on, just for anybody that's curious as well, we are on step 77, by the way. So now I need the dark gray, 2, 3, and a 2x2. 2x6, 2x4. Hi, Thomas Tadia. I hope I said your name right. If I did not, I apologize in advance. Now we got to do this, the other slopes. And again, because I did go away for a bit on an intermission, just want to point out any and all donations I receive during this. For every single donation anybody does not matter the amount that they donate. That automatically enters your name into a hat for a raffle after I am done completing this entire build. And I will be doing that for every single stream that I do. So I know a lot of people log in and out, so I'm trying to make sure I catch everybody. 2x2, and a 1x2, and a 2x4. Now, I will point out, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera or not. There is, and this is all their pieces. So like this one's a little lighter than the rest of them. This one's a little lighter than them. This one's a little lighter than the rest of them. And so are these pieces. So some of their coloring is a little bit different throughout the build. That's a really good question, Paul. Let's see. Out of nope, I'm in the 800s now. I'm at 830, 850s, 860, 868 was the number of steps in the instructions. Take care, Night Wolf. We will see you again soon, my friend. I'm so glad you were able to join in. I am going to try and do another stream again later on tonight as well, because my goal is to try and get this thing assembled together as quickly as possible. So I am going to be trying to stream as much as possible. And now we're going to start doing some of this tile work. And so I need to open, let me get, let's see, I got that container. No, I agree, Kyle. I personally, because that's how mine looks, because I use old and new Lego. And mine is very versatile in color, so to me it's very good. Nope, all the train track that you see here all come with the set. Every single thing that I put in the instructions, they included with the build. So they were very good about that. Other than the one blip I did have last night, which is this front corner, I was short 12 of the green 4x4. And they could not believe that I was short anything, so hopefully I will get those replacements here very soon. And because they even include, because the roof all requires track. Just to show you, this is all the train tracks that are for the roof, because the entire roof is made out of curved train track, and all that came with the set as well. Anyway, give me 1 second, because I think I'm gonna grab one more container, because I got another very big bag of very small parts, and I want to make sure I can swish them around and look at them all. Dump this bag out. also going to be doing this. There we go. Now we can start tiling the platform. And if I remember correctly, this is going to be a spot where a bench goes. We got to get all the tile work down first, though. I feel it's good, but you know what? If you guys want to see, let me get another piece. Trying to think where I have some. Actually, I want to get some of this building done. I will demonstrate though how official Lego does snap to it, but it has the exact same cut pattern. I know it's probably hard to see, but I'm trying to keep everything in view. But it does have the exact same cut pattern as official Lego. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And a red. That should be a light pole. That should go there. That'll go there. And sorry. You probably just heard that ping I was talking about. Air says, I can't believe how big this is. And thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Now we got to do 1, 2. I got to go back and check a step because I think I messed up, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute while I'm trying to figure out where I made an error. Because this should be the same height and it's not, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And I'm going to say it's 100% my fault. Had 2 of those. 1, 2. And I see where I made the mistake. I got to pull something back apart. I missed a step. Nice. Not their fault, it was my fault. I got ahead of myself. Give me a few minutes while I rip this back apart to fix it. At least I can see where I made the mistake though. I forgot to put a plate in. Oh, trust me, I have white bricks that are 40 and 50 years old. You're right, it isn't pretty. But you can use peroxide, for those that are not aware, to bring those colors back to life with a little bit of sunlight. And I keep meaning to make a video on that, and I have not, and I am trying to. Let's let's see, that's still got to come off. This piece has got to come off. I don't know if I can get... No, it's my mistake on the instructions. I missed a step. The instructions that they give with this set are my instructions. That are made by Paul Roos, by the way. Like I said, I just made a slight mistake is all. There we go. Yeah, let me go all the way back because like I said, I missed a step. So I did that. I did that. I did that. Did that. I put that piece on. I did the plate. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to find the other portion if there was another. I did that. And that's what it is. I found it. Like I said, my mistake. They have all the pieces here as well, so it is totally my mistake. Now let me get it back together the right way. So that's a tile, and I put that. And then I put these on. And another tile. And then the 1x2 and the 1x... Okay, now we're back on track. Again, my mistake. That's what happens when you start running your mouth too much like I was. You end up messing yourself up. There we go. Apologize for any of the reverb. Now I got to get back to the current step of the tiling. And I did this. Okay, now we're on step 81 again. That's a really good question, Kenneth. I've never actually done it with the printed pieces. Take care, Paul. We'll see you in a bit. I want to say that it's fine. You know what? I need to try and do that here soon while it's still warm outside. And then I'm going to try it with a couple printed pieces. And hopefully we can see what it does. But I don't remember the printing being damaged at all. The issue that I remember people mentioning that I've talked to about doing that is if you have stickers on a part, the stickers will typically get pulled off. So if you're worried about losing a sticker, yes, that is something that can occur. If you're worried about losing the printing, I don't ever remember hearing any complaints at all about that. So I'm going to say that you should be safe as far as the printing goes. I can't 100% tell you that that's the case, but that is what I've heard. I did that in the wrong spot. Crap. I was supposed to put that one piece down. Hold on, I still gotta refix myself. I apologize. And yes, thank you so much for that, Mike. I do have a rebrickable. So if you are interested in seeing that on my rebrickable. How did I do that 2 times in a row? I do not get how I made the same mistake. Where did I put that other piece that I needed? I am looking for a 1x4 plate. And there they are. A 1x8 plate. There. I think I got it right this time. Okay, moving ahead. Take care, Rob UK. I hope you have a good evening. Would I rate this as an expert set? Basing it off of how Lego does their ratings, yes, I would rate this an expert set. Where I would really tell you that the concern with it being an expert set would be because of the roof line. The roof line is kind of a pain to do, and that's one of the things I'm curious to get to when it comes to using this off-brand company, because the clutching power is quite simply what makes the roof line hold together, and I'm curious to see if the clutching power of the off-brand pieces is up to snuff with Legos, because if it's not, the roof is not going to maintain. What statement was that, Mike? I don't remember which statement what it was. I don't have my Discord open. And no, that wasn't it. Take care, Ned. We will see you, buddy. I hope you hear some good news, my friend. 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going to have to stop here in a little bit myself. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm going to have to go have dinner. But I'm really determined to get a bunch done before that happens. But like what I was saying, though, I'm really curious to get to the roof portion of this build, just because the clutching power seems really good to me. So I don't foresee there being an issue, but that is exactly where the issue will arise, is with the clutching, if there is a problem. because that is how the entire roof is held together, is strictly by the clutching power of the pieces, of the windows specifically. And just pointing out once again, for anybody that's interested, any and every donation during the stream goes towards this being raffled off, as your donations are considered an entry into the raffle for this. 1, 2. Now what you're seeing here with all the open spots, these are park benches, these are lights. And now I need 2x2 bricks. Now we're going to, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're starting to get to some of the posts. And now I need a 2x3. We gotta do a 3. 2x4, 2x4, and a 3. Tomorrow, I am off. So I will probably be here streaming again, because like I said earlier, I'm gonna try and get this built as quickly as I can. At least that's my goal anyway. Give me 1 second, and I can post the URL. Unless somebody else is on that's got it handy. And I know this is probably making it harder, me digging through bags like I am, but it's trying to keep the mess to a minimum is what I'm after with doing that. Yeah, if you're looking for the Lego, you can only buy the instructions. If you're looking for what I'm building in front of you, it's LighTake. And I am looking for it right this minute. Give me 1 second, guys. It's LighTake. That's weird. There, that's the link to LighTake to buy my set directly from them. I do want to point out that there is also a discount code if you are interested in purchasing this. And that discount code is this. It gives you 12% off. So I want to point that out. Take care, Dave. We will see you later, my friend. But that is the link to the website to buy the... Oh, I didn't see it. Mike did it too. Mike did the rebrickable version if you wanted to buy the instructions. I'm posting you the LighTake version, which is what I'm actually building right here. The rebrickable instructions, if I remember correctly, are 34. This set on LighTake is 533, if I'm not mistaken. But then you can use that discount code. And William Burhart, what do you mean cheaper, question mark, $500? If you built this out of Lego, it's over $2,000. So tell me what's cheaper, $2,000 or $500? If you can explain to me how 500 is more expensive than 2,000, you're a winner. If that's what you're trying to say anyway. Now we got to do that side. And if I didn't say it already, I'm sorry. I hope to see you again soon, Dave. Take care, buddy. It was nice talking to you, even though I know I didn't talk too much. There we go. We are on step 89 now. And I need these. So now we're getting into the super repetitive part of the build. For all these columns. Bricks with Chad. Hey, how you doing? And I will put your name down for the raffle also. And I have not seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well, buddy. If Lego would actually sell it, to throw a number out there, first of all, they'd have to, well, let me correct myself on that. If Lego was to actually sell this, because this particular version that I'm building, I didn't use the official windows that I used in mine. I don't know if you can see it or not, and I'll have to do another video on it. The windows that I use in my initial building, official building, are an old retired Spider-Man Doc Ock. Trying to remember what it was called. It was Spider-Man Doc Ock when they're at the docks. Doc Ock's messing it up. I totally understand, Bricks with Chad, but that window's not made anymore. The 1x4x5. And what I did for the instructions that I'm building here is I supplemented those windows, the 1x4x5s, with 1x2x2s, and the 1x2x2s are a good supplement in my opinion, because you don't have to change the building anyway, but I still feel the building looks better with the original windows. But if Lego, let's say Lego was going to do this and they supplemented those parts and they're only using pieces that you can officially buy now, I would say if they would agree to make this a set, and the chances of them doing that is probably slim and none, but because Lego can actually manufacture all the different parts that would actually go into making this, I would say if it was a Lego set, it would probably be in the $1,200 range, maybe a little bit higher, but that's kind of a guess. But I mean, Lego has ultimate control of the costs, and the reason that I say that is, as we all know, Lego is Lego, and they can charge whatever they want for it. This has a lot more large pieces, so I would say it would go for even a larger amount than that, because if you were to when I always tell people that it's $2,000 if you were to build this through Bricklink, let me phrase it this way. If you were to build this through Bricklink and you use Bricklink as your part source and do this for $2,000, it would actually be cheaper than if I'm going off the cost of the parts from like Bricks and Pieces and Pick a Brick on the Lego website. Because with Pick a Brick and Bricks and Pieces, just because there is a ton of 2x4 red bricks in this set, and if I'm not mistaken, the bricks in and that's the wife telling me I gotta go eat. The bricks, if you were to buy them directly through Lego, if I'm not mistaken, are 17 cents a piece. But if you get these on Bricklink, if you were to buy them on Bricklink, they're around 10 to 12 cents a piece. So actually, to go off Lego's website prices, it would probably be closer to $2,500 to $3,000. But Lego controls the prices they want to sell stuff at, so they could physically actually sell it cheaper. But I mean, we all know how that goes. They want to make money, and I understand that. I do get that. So they're going to do whatever they can do to make as much money as possible on it. But I don't foresee them ever making something like this a set. I mean, stranger things have happened. I know they're not going to make my set an official Lego set because I've talked to them in the past about other things, and they were not just interested in talking to me at all. And yeah, I know, because the wife keeps texting me. So with that being said, I do need to roll that beautiful bean footage. And yeah, I apologize for that, William. Mike explained it to me in the Discord app. I thought, I apologize because I get so many smart alecked people trying to say things to me a lot of times that sometimes I snap back a little bit quick. But yes, and thank you so much. I appreciate that, William. With the code, yes, it's $469. And that's why I said it. It's really good if you get 12% off. And I want to say, don't buy it yet. Let me just say that. Even if you're liking what you see, don't buy it yet, because I want to make sure that I find any and all issues, complaints, quality problems, or anything. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm trying to do it so quickly, is I want to see if there's any quality issues, so that way I can contact the company and make sure they rectify the quality issues, because I already found one issue already. But I mean, I understand if you do want to buy it, you can. But anyway, though, I need to go because my wife just sent me another message. So let me roll that beautiful bean footage, as I always like to tell everybody. And I am going to assume we are going to have a very, very extremely long stream of people's names this time. And I want to give a very quick special thank you to all the people that help support the stream. And with that being said, all the people that help support the stream was There's No Place Like Homes, which is Lego Homes, Kyle Dunbar, Paul Bott, Angry Dragon 114, Paul Roos, Brick Sargent, Kenneth Swan, Scott's Blocks, Steve Weiser, Christopher Monraz, Martin Barub, Kevin Waslin, Macro Bricks, Snake City Productions, Ned B. Lego City, Rob UK, Dave West, Dave Collin, Bricks with Chad, and we also got some new members. Kenneth Swan, of why I don't know why it said he was a new member unless his membership just updated. But anyway, as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below, and hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks. And I am going to be trying to do another stream here in just a couple hours, so look for me tonight. Take care, everybody, and thank you so much, and have a blessed day.